Forest and wildlife resources. These are economically important. Besides that, for the environment also, the forest and wildlife, they are very important. They help to maintain a balance in the ecosystem. Now, the human beings, they share the planet with the other organisms like the microorganisms, bacteria, lichens, or the big trees and the small plants, bushes, shrubs, animals, small animals as well as the huge animals. And all this, along with the human beings, they are interdependent upon each other. So this maintains the ecological system and it helps in keeping the environment clean and the air we breathe, the soil, it helps in making the soil fertile and improves the quality of water, purity of water. So the ecological system, it includes microorganisms, bacteria, lichens, tall trees, human beings, animals, animals as huge as elephants also all size, and the life present in the oceans. And all these, they are interdependent upon each other. And this helps in maintaining the quality of the ecosystem. The balance that is present in the ecosystem is maintained this way. And it is that some plants and animals, they are unique in a particular area. Unique in the sense that different plants and animals, they survive in different geographical conditions, different type of climates they require, altitude and the amount of rainfall and the type of soil varies for different species of plants and animals. And our country, India, is fortunate among to have huge variety, vast variety, diversity in the ecological system, in the forest and the wildlife resources. And with this immense flora and the fauna that is found in our country, they are integrated in our daily life so much so that we take them for granted. And the people, they have become insensitive towards the environment because they are present and we don't respect them. So in order to maintain this diversity, conservation of wildlife and the forest is essential because there has been a decline in certain species of animals as well as the plant life. Conservation is important to preserve the ecological biodiversity. Then only the support system, our support system, what is it? The water, the air, and the soil. It will we will be able to breathe them, drink the water, and soil will be capable of producing good quality of crops. So a need was felt to create a protection uh, program or a law in the years 1960 and 70. So the conservationists, they demanded a law for the protection of wildlife and it was implemented in the year 1972. And what was the aim of the program? It was that certain endangered species, they were banned for hunting and legal protection was provided to the habitat of those animals and even the plants and restricting the trade in wildlife. So for this purpose, what was done? Several national parks were established, wildlife sanctuaries were made. This was the project of the central government. This was done to protect the animal species and the plant life as well. Certain species, they were on the verge of extinction. So we have the detail here. And after that, what it is, the conservation project, it focuses on biodiversity. It's not just one or two species that are being conserved now. It is the various different type of species, they are being conserved, right from insects to the hundreds of types of butterflies, moths, beetles, dragons. They too have been added to the protection of species under the Wildlife Act in the year 1980. And the government has classified the forest under three categories. The forest department has classified the forest in three categories. These are the reserved forests. It is more than half of the total forest area that comes under the reserved forest, from which we obtain the valuable timber. Second is the protected forest. 1/3 of the total forest area comes under the protected forest. And the third is the unclassed forest. Unclassed forests, they are the forests and the wastelands which are owned by the government and the private institutions or the communities. They hold this type of land. So the distribution of forest and wildlife is under the reserved forest. More than half of the area comes under it. Protected forest, almost 1/3 of the area. And unclassed forest, which belongs to the private government and the local communities and the individuals. The area of this is very less. Reserved forests, they are also called as the permanent forests. And permanent forest, the largest area under permanent forest lies in Madhya Pradesh, almost 75% of the total forest area. Besides that, in Jammu and Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Kerala, etc., these forests are found. The second category, protected forest, they are there in Bihar, Haryana, Punjab, Himachal, Odisha. The third category of unclassed forest is present more in the northeastern states and parts of Gujarat. These forests, they are managed by the local communities. Now, the conservation of forests, it is essential that the communities, the local people, they too are involved in the conservation. And it has been the tradition of our country that since ages, the local communities, they have helped in conserving the forest. So the reason behind it, that they live along the borders of the forest and their livelihood, it depends upon the forest. An example of it is the Sariska Tiger Reserve in Rajasthan, where the local communities, they have fought against mining by citing the Wildlife Conservation Act. Similarly, the inhabitants of 5 villages in Alwar district, which has an area of around 1200 hectares of forest, they have protected this area under Bhairodev Dakav Sanctuary, and they have their own rules and regulation. Do not allow hunting, and they protect the wildlife against by and encroachment from the outside people. Similarly, other movements have also taken place. Chipko movement in Himalayas, which was very successful in preventing the felling of the trees. Then the Beach Bachao Andolan in Tehri, Navdanya, they have helped in producing diversified crops and avoiding the use of synthetic chemicals. Besides this, in India, joint forest management program has also been undertaken, which involves the local community. How it involves? It gives the local community, uh, these communities, they help in the management and they advise the government in the restoration of degraded forests. And this program came in existence in the year 1988. Odisha was the first state which passed this resolution, and the members of the local community, they actively protect the forests, manage the degraded land with the help of the forest department, and in return, they get benefits like non-timber forest produce and they share in the timber harvest. They get a share financially also, they are benefited by it. So it is very important for the local communities, for the people to be sensitive and help the government in conserving the wildlife and the forest area. Then only conservation can be done and the pollution, the environmental degradation that is taking place will be controlled. That's all. Thank you.